Normally, I don't bow to peer pressure when it comes to review requests. In fact, for the most part, I regard recommendations for wildly popular new shows with the kind of suspicion that an attractive but emotionally vulnerable young woman normally reserves for a male feminist that claims he wants to be her ally. But when every comment section, live stream and Twitter feed I visit is filled with increasingly impatient demands for me to watch and review the same goddamn show, what can I say? I'll do it just to make you guys leave me alone, even if I had to take out a Prime subscription to make this review. And thank goodness I did, because this show just earned itself an episode of The Drinker Recommends. And in this case, The Drinker recommends you watch The Boys on Amazon Prime at your earliest convenience. So what the hell is The Boys? What's it all about? And why are people making such a fuss about it? Well, imagine a world where superheroes are real. Then imagine they're all total assholes. That's basically the premise of The Boys. In fact, superheroes aren't just a thing in this series, they're practically an entire industry, military force and celebrity lifestyle brand all rolled into one. There are literally hundreds of them all over the United States, most of whom are under the management of Vought Enterprises, a massive corporation who deploy them where they're needed, make sure they always look their best, and of course, cover up their occasional indiscretions. Naturally, the public can't get enough of them, and these soups have quickly become the movie stars of the 21st century, particularly the group known as the Seven, the strongest and fastest soups in the world. We're introduced to the Seven through the eyes of Starlight, a new recruit brought in to replace a retiring member of the group. Her new workmates include The Deep, a man who can breathe underwater and talk to fish. A-Train, a Flash-type character who can run at incredible speed. Translucent, a man with impenetrable diamond skin who can also turn invisible. Black Noir, a super powerful ninja who never speaks. Queen Maeve, a Wonder Woman lookalike who burned out and drinks too much now. The Drinker approves this lifestyle choice. And last but not least, Homelander, an invincible superhuman who can fly through the air, shoot laser beams from his eyes and see through solid walls. A man who fights for truth, justice and the American way. I think you can probably guess who he's meant to represent. Starlight is your classic small town girl that's moved to the big city to pursue her dreams, and her life's been a whirlwind of publicity tours and personal stylists for the past few weeks. Now, best of all, she's getting to meet and work with the same superheroes she once idolised. But her illusions about the Seven being virtuous and honourable crime fighters are soon shattered, courtesy of a sleazy encounter with the Deep. Oh no, not you too. Meanwhile, a mild-mannered loser named Huey Campbell is walking home with his girlfriend one day for a bit of afternoon delight, when the highest of high-speed collisions with A-Train literally obliterates her right in front of his eyes. Oh man, that is horrific. You still would though. Anyway, Vought's PR machine quickly whirls into action and tries to bribe him to keep quiet about it and avoid a scandal. But before he can decide what to do, he's approached by this absolute legend.
I'm not gonna piss you about, Huey. I heard what happened to Robin.
Where is this dude from anyway? Is he English? Australian? I don't fucking know. Anyway, Butcher explains that the Seven are way worse than anyone could have predicted, and the only reason the public don't know about it is because Vought has managed to bribe, intimidate, or straight up murder anyone who threatened to expose them. Butcher wants to recruit Huey into The Boys, an underground vigilante group working to expose the truth about Vought, the Seven, and the mysterious Compound V that's causing soups to grow increasingly unstable. And for the first time in his life, Huey decides to take a risk, stand up for himself, and try to avenge his girlfriend's death. So how exactly do you go about taking down the most powerful group of superhumans who ever lived, with almost no resources or help to call upon? I don't fucking know, and pretty soon Huey realises that Butcher and the boys don't know either. They're wildly unprepared and unequipped for the task at hand, constantly improvising and fudging their way through increasingly desperate situations, as Homelander and the Seven become aware of them and start to close in. And when Starlight happens to hook up with Huey and forms a bond with him, she finds her loyalty to the Seven starting to falter. Needless to say, nothing is quite what it seems in this show. Characters have hidden motives and complex backstories that are gradually revealed over the course of the series. There are secrets and conspiracies around the creation of the superheroes and Compound V, not to mention betrayals and redemptions and surprising character turns. It's all solid dramatic stuff, and there's more than enough going on throughout the 8-episode season to keep you gripped and invested. The sense of dark humour that permeates this show is fucking glorious. From a failed attempt to rescue a dolphin, to the horrifying results of a speedster colliding with a human body, to a bungled anti-terrorist mission aboard a passenger jet. The Boys certainly delivers on big set-piece gags that'll have you laughing out loud, but it's the subtle stuff that's most satisfying to watch, especially when the show dares to poke fun at the ludicrous culture we live in today. Like former superheroes doing the patented hand hover when taking pictures with fans to avoid uncomfortable accusations later, or ethnically diverse superheroes being deployed to certain cities because they've tested well with local demographics. It's so painfully on point, it actually makes me wonder how the writers even got away with it. Casting is absolutely spot on across the board. Elizabeth Shue is perfect as Stillwell, the smiling corporate assassin who keeps the true nature of the Supes under wraps. But even she has moments of depth and complexity. She gets increasingly exasperated by the ridiculous stunts her superpowered employees pull, and struggles to care for her baby as a single mother, which is kinda weird when you consider Shue is like 55 years old now, but whatever. Carl Urban has found the role of his career in Billy Butcher, the foul-mouthed anti-hero who always seems to have a trick up his sleeve. I've always liked Urban, but I feel like he's been hamstrung by crappy scripts that frequently relegate him to the background and didn't allow him to properly showcase his talents. Even Dredd didn't really ask much of him, but here he's fully unleashed and it's brilliant to watch. The man gets some absolutely cracking one-liners, but it's the more serious moments where he really shines. The moments where he opens up a little, where the mask starts to slip and you get to see the angry, bitter, vengeful man behind it. Erin Moriarty does a great job as new recruit Starlight. She's able to perfectly capture every aspect of the character's complex personality, from her wide-eyed innocence and naive belief in the cause, to her growing disenchantment with the Seven as she gets more of an insight into their true nature, and finally the core of strength and defiance that allows her to stand up and reassert herself. And let's be honest, she's not exactly hard on the eye either. But my Man of the Match award has to go to Anthony Starr as Homelander. The guy is quite simply brilliant in every scene he's in. You just can't take your eyes off him. It's remarkable how easily he switches between the charming and charismatic superhero facade and the arrogant and murderous sociopath beneath. He can go from inspiring to terrifying in the blink of an eye, but even he gets occasional sympathetic moments as the show gives us glimpses of the traumatic childhood that created him, and you're left to wonder what he might have been if he'd had a different start in life. Everything about The Boys is well balanced. Every character beat and plot arc is well thought out and cleverly executed. And of course, it's all tempered with that anarchic, irreverent and brilliantly dark sense of humour that sets the show apart from its more stodgy and serious contemporaries. It's not entirely perfect, of course. If I had to be super critical, I'd say episode 5 gets a little preachy and heavy-handed at times, with its focus on homophobia and hypocrisy amongst evangelical Christians, and sexual harassment amongst high-profile celebrities. No prizes for guessing which elements of modern culture they're taking aim at here. But these are relatively minor gripes. The end result of this unique blend of anarchic humour and dare-to-be-different writing is a smart, funny, engrossing and thought-provokingly different take on the superhero genre. It's like Hancock on steroids and stretched out over 8 hours. A show that's the perfect antidote to the bland, sanitised, politically correct money printer that the MCU has become. And honestly, I can't recommend it enough. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Go away now. Or don't. Just don't be a cunt about it.